broadcast is brought to you in part by the One Love Bus Tour. The One Love Bus Tour, feel the pulse of Negril, one love, one bus, one adventure. The Lighthouse Inn 2, West End Negril. The Lighthouse Inn 2, where only paradise is more beautiful.
So Mr. Vaz, you are there as Transport Minister. Please, 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 I am begging you to extend the JUTC bus to our tourism workers in Negril. Majority of them are women and they need protection.
Good evening and welcome to Negril Chimes. In today's top story, a renewed call for action as the Negril Chamber of Commerce appeals to Transport Minister Daryl Vaz to address a long-standing transportation crisis affecting tourism workers in Negril. Chamber President Elaine Bradley is urging Minister Vaz to provide Jamaica Urban Transit Company, the JUTC, bus services for tourism workers employed at entities such as small hotels, guest houses, villas, restaurants, cafes, water sports attractions, and other tourism-related businesses in Negril, which are unable to afford to charter buses, unlike their mega all-inclusive hotel counterparts. These workers, she says, oftentimes face challenging schedules requiring travel during late night hours and early morning, raising serious safety and cost concerns.
My name is Elaine Bradley and I'm president of the Negril Chamber of Commerce. And for years, Mr. Grizzle, one of our founders of the Chamber of Commerce, has been advocating for the JUTC to be extended to Negril, especially for the tourism workers. Tourism workers have been harassed. Everything, they finish their shifts very, very late, 11 o'clock, and they're scared.
Mrs. Bradley also highlighted the dire need to protect predominantly female workers who travel late at night and in the wee hours of the morning.
Most of them are women, and they get taxis, and some of those taxis are not good for them. And so, one of the things we are begging and pleading for is for the JUTC to be extended. So Mr. Vaz, you are there as Transport Minister. Please, 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 I am begging you to extend the JUTC bus to our tourism workers in Negril. Majority of them are women and they need protection. So please, can you extend it to Negril?
She says the JUTC bus service for Negril's tourism workers is not just a matter of convenience, but one of equity, safety, and economic viability.
I know that Negril is always on the back burner for everything. But remember, Negril bring in at least a third of the tourism dollars. So can you please do something so that we are not kept on the back burner for everything? That would be so, you don't know the accolade you would have by just extending the JUTC buses that Mr. Grizzle, founder of the chamber, has been advocating for years. Small hotels cannot afford buses or a fleet of buses to take their staff. And a lot of the small hotels are neglected. And they need to be in the fore because they look after their staff. Yes, and it's not just restaurants and hotels, it's also water sports. The people who service the Airbnbs, all of those people need transportation. Most of them live in the cane fields or out in the sticks, not within Negril. So the JUTC buses, if you could start us off with one, 2 would be good, but if you could start us off with 1, my God, it would be an accolade in your cap to just make sure that you help us here in Negril.
The Negril Chamber of Commerce's call comes exactly 11 years after the Negril Resort Board sought to address the same issue. Back in 2013, the board decided to write to then JUTC Managing Director Colin Campbell requesting an expansion of bus services to the Negril Resort area. The appeal focused on providing affordable and safe transportation options for workers, particularly those in smaller resorts. Daniel Grizzle, a board member and proprietor of the Charela Inn Resort, at the time had emphasized the need for 6 to 12 buses operating regular routes between Lucea, Negril, Savanna-la-Mar, and Grange Hill. Grizzle had explained that transportation costs were prohibitive for many workers, with some spending up to 50% of their income just to commute. He had also warned that such conditions forced workers into untenable financial situations and discouraged reliable attendance at work. Mr. Grizzle had argued that public transportation systems are subsidized worldwide and questioned why Negril's tourism workers could benefit from similar services. He pointed out that JUTC buses in Kingston provide clean, air-conditioned transportation for government workers at affordable rates, while Negril's workers face exorbitant costs and safety risks, despite the fact that they pay taxes like everyone else, deserve the same respect and safety as those in Kingston.
Well, the Tourist Enhancement Fund, thanks to Kerry Wallace, has been helping us a little, but we could do with more help. And we thank Kerry, but we would like to see more done in Negril for the local people so that they can feel it. They are hearing things are happening, but to be honest, the people on the ground are not feeling it. And they need to feel it to know that they are deserving and that somebody is looking out for them. So can you please help? I think the Minister of Tourism will help if he's spoken to and know the plight. And I'm sure he's aware of the plight of the tourism workers. They need transportation to and from their living area to work. And they don't have to go into every community. Have a communal area where they meet and then drop off. So please, 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 they know how to work it so that the tourism workers are actually enabled to help to come to work safely and go home safely. So some of them work early morning till 3, and then the ones that work from 3 work till 11 o'clock, and they have to get home. And I'm telling you, some of them have taxis have been hijacked, and so a JUTC bus or buses would help them tremendously. And we have been advocating as the chamber, and Mr. Grizzle is the mainstay advocating for the JUTC, especially for the small hotels, restaurants, Airbnb. Please help them.
The Negril Chamber of Commerce and local businesses remain steadfast in their demand for action. They argue that providing a reliable transportation service will benefit not only workers, but also the businesses that depend on them and ultimately the local economy. This is Negril Times, bringing you stories that matter most to our community. Stay tuned for more updates.
I don't know. Them have big one, small one, middle size one. Them little have a new one, then the 250,000. Say big one, small one, middle size one. Them little have a one, them call it 250,000.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by the One Love Bus Tour. The One Love Bus Tour, feel the pulse of Negril. One love, one bus, one adventure. The Lighthouse Inn 2, West End Negril. The Lighthouse Inn 2, where only paradise is more beautiful.